Thanks for clicking on the video. Hit the subscribe button for more weekly content, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. After 3 long months, the results are in. And Ken's DNA Digivolution partner will be... What's good, people? What's poppin'? How are you doing? Welcome to another What If video. To be honest, I had no intention of making another part for a long time. Not because I wanted to quit or got bored of making videos, but because I didn't think I would have the opportunity to record anything. I'm still overseas and will be here for another 3 months. But the comments kept rolling, the subs kept growing, and you guys are still going hard for my What If. While away, the channel finally accumulated over 1 million views, and thanks to you all for coming and supporting what goes on over here. The next goal is monetization, which I am so close to doing. Please, watch the videos to the end, share with your family and friends, and keep being awesome. Unfortunately, I can't promise a video every Monday and Friday, simply due to my work schedule, but I'll try my hardest for you all. Okay, enough of that mess. Let's get to why you're actually here. What's going on in the digital world after it was Kari, not Ken, who became the Digimon Emperor. This series is 13 parts deep now. But if you haven't seen parts 1 through 12, there's a link in the top right for you to do that and get caught up because you don't want to miss out on anything. At our current stage in the story, Kari is no longer the Digimon Emperor, but the digital world is completely different from what we're used to, especially the Digidestin's encounter with Arukenimon. I say it's time to get this ball rolling once more. If this video receives 25 likes, that'll let me know you also want things to continue into part 14. Let's begin. It was truly a sight to behold. No longer was he a frail, passive little worm, but now stands a mighty insectoid warrior. Even though it was just at the champion level, Stingmon exuded unreal power and confidence Ken never felt from his partner before. Arukenimon was initially shocked, but quickly regained her composure once it was all said and done. Is that the best you brats can do? And you expect to take me on alone? Don't make me laugh! Laugh at this! Stingmon! Go! And before anyone could blink, Stingmon closed the gap between him and the spider Digimon, sent her crashing to the wall with an equally fast, devastating kick. Did anybody see what just happened? David said in awe. Insane, responded TK. Across the room, Arukenimon emerged from the rubble, uninjured but clearly upset. How could you recover from that like it was nothing? Everyone, we need to help him! But Ken held his arm out. No, Cody. This is my fight. Besides, Stingmon and I are just getting started. And with that, the young Digidestin charged right back into battle. Stingmon followed suit and once again tried to land another blow on Arukenimon. This time, she prepared herself and blocked the incoming kick. That didn't mean Stingmon let up. Utilizing his newfound speed, the champion Digimon unleashed a flurry of strikes, which Arukenimon could only block. And the only thing those kicks were doing was make her more and more irritated. Pest! Having had enough, the giant spider used a split-second pause on her opponent's attack to knock her back to create more distance. Stingmon! Back with the other Digidestin. They were all wondering why Arukenimon didn't seem to be taking any damage, despite Stingmon's constant attacks. I see now. Arukenimon must be at the ultimate level, Kari explained. Stingmon might be fast, but she's so much stronger than any of us realize. That's it! I don't care what he says! I'm helping him! Let's go, XV! No! Ken shouted back. But did you hear what Kari said? She's an ultimate! It doesn't matter if she's an ultimate, mega, or anything else. Arukenimon made a fool out of me, and I'm the one who will take her down! Ken, Yoli said quietly. What's gotten into you? For the third time, Stingmon lunged full speed at Arukenimon to resume his onslaught. The new champion came to a binding halt, seemingly out of nowhere. Stingmon! What's wrong? Why did you stop? Ken, I'm stuck! Welcome to my partner, said the spider to the fly. Arukenimon taunted. Soon it became all too apparent what happened. With the flick of her wrist, countless micro-threads became visible to everyone, and Stingmon was trapped in the spider's web. No, it can't be! Stingmon, you have to break free! Ken pleaded with his partner, but it was all in vain. No matter how much he struggled, threads were just too strong. Now it's my turn to have a little fun. With nowhere to run, Stingmon was subject to Arukenimon's relentless attacks. Helpless, after everything it took to get to this point, Ken fell to his knees. Why? After everything we went through, why am I still not good enough? At this point, the other Digidestined were through sitting on the sidelines, especially now that Stingmon was incapacitated. Kari! We need Antilamon! Are you ready? Ready! The 30mon reverted back to Gatomon, and the two prepared to DNA Digivolve. But another interruption came in the form of two mysterious bandages that bound Angemon and Gatomon. While TK and Kari ran to their partners, the source of those nasty bandages made his presence known by driving through the window. Little children. Clearly Ken doesn't want to share. So be good and do wait your turn. Soon after saying that, the mystery figure aimed at the other Digidestined with the same bandages and managed to restrain all but Yoli and Aquilamon, who was swift enough to grab her and fly to safety. Nice aiming, Mummymon! You missed two of them! Arukenimon hissed, but the figure now identified as Mummymon didn't seem to be bothered. Now, my beloved Arukenimon, just one more fly to our overwhelming raw power. I'll be sure not to let the little whelp ruin your fun. See to it that she doesn't. With that, the giant spider resumed torturing Stingmon, while Yoli and Aquilamon made their way to Ken's side. Ken! Ken, what's wrong? You have to snap out of it or Stingmon's not gonna make it! It's no use. No matter what I do, it won't be good enough. Ken, what are you talking about? You're a Digidestined just like the rest of us. No! I'm not! He roared, slamming his fist to the ground. I'm no Digidestined. I'm not even supposed to be here. All Yoli could do was look at him with dejected eyes, unable to process any of what Ken was saying. Collecting himself a little, he divulged something he hadn't told anyone else. The story of his older brother Sam, and the circumstances leading up to his death. Up until that point, Ken felt that he was living in his brother's shadow, as he was the perfect son. Even the D3 Ken has, it was an original Digivice that belonged to Sam at first. Even after his death, Ken couldn't escape his brother's influence. Also remember that Ken doesn't have the Dark Spore, so his intelligence was never enhanced, meaning that he had to work even harder just to stack up. Even after reuniting with Wormmon and joining the rest of the team, he felt like he always had to catch up. He was the last to receive his Digi-Egg, and the last to have his partner reach the champion level, all for it to end up like this. If Sam were still alive, Wormmon would have had a much better partner. He wouldn't have to suffer like this. He wouldn't have to deal with such a failure. Yoli heard enough. Do you really believe any of that is true? Because I don't believe a word of it. That slap seemed to have brought him back to his senses. Let me tell you what I think. Sam might have been the one to receive the Digivice, but you are the one destined to meet Wormmon and help save the digital world. The Digi-Egg of Kindness belongs to you and you alone. You are good enough, Ken. If you weren't, I wouldn't like you as much as I do. She finished with a bright, warm smile. Yoli. She then gently placed her hand on the area of his cheek she slapped not too long ago. Ken, I know how you feel about taking on Arukenimon alone, but if you'll let me, how about we take her down, together? As if a massive weight had been lifted from his heart, Ken took Yoli's hand and held it into his own. You got it. And just like with TK and Kari several parts ago, the same intense light surrounded Yoli, Ken, and their Digimon partners. It's pretty obvious by now, but yes, Yoli won the poll and is now Ken's DNA Digivolution partner. You can see by the polling that it was actually pretty close. Even when taking into consideration the votes in the comments, Yoli still won by a pretty narrow margin. Sorry to my Pyeldramon and Pyrildramon fans, but you won't be seeing him this go around. With Ken and Yoli as partners, like with TK and Kari again, it allows for their relationship to grow in an organic way, on and off the battlefield. Digimon team, hire me, because this makes a lot more sense than just throwing it in at the end. This also means that Davis and Cody will be the last to be paired up, which could lead to some interesting plot development. Or it could be incredibly forced, like when TK had to pair up with Cody originally. Listen, Cody sucks, okay? In my opinion, he wouldn't make a good DNA Digivolution partner with anyone, because his personality doesn't mesh with anyone else on the team. I'm getting off track here. If you want to see a video of me ranting about how Cody is terrible, let me know in the comments. But back to our story, the glowing light emanating from these two gave Stingmon enough power to recover from Arukanimon's assault and break free from her threads. Stingmon, you're alright! I promise, I'll never doubt myself again, or force myself to do things alone. Jahlani, let's go, right.
Stingmon! Quillamon! DNA Digivolve to Tropiamon!
Alright, more explaining. So Quillamon is able to become Tropiamon with either a data or virus attribute changing Digimon from Digimon Pendulum Z, which is a brand of Digimon Virtual Pet. I had to bend the rules slightly because in this particular Virtual Pet toy, Stingmon is a free attribute. However, canonically, Stingmon can be either data, virus, free, or unknown attribute. So there's a little leeway with that if you'll let it. The only other possible outcome would have been Parrotmon, and I don't know about you guys, but I think Tropiamon looks a little bit cooler. Plus, we've already seen Parrotmon plenty of times. Voice your opinions down below. What's done is done, but do you prefer Tropiamon or Parrotmon? Arukanimon and Mummymon were not expecting this. Mummymon, you fool! How could you let this happen?
Oh, young love. I have to say, I envy those two.
Our new ultimate friend wasted no time. The first order of business was to rescue the others from Mummimon's binding bandages.
Tropical venom!
A corrosive gas shot from his mouth onto the cocoons that was just enough to melt away the bindings. After emerging, needless to say, they were shocked.
Please tell me this one is on our side?
David said, frightened by the leafy dragon. I would say so. Kari responded, looking over to see Ken and Jahlani better than ever. Now that we're free, TK, let's finish what we started. He nodded and brandished his D3 ready for action. Now that Antilamon is on the scene, their odds just got a lot better against the two ultimate level villains, who are now more frightened than ever. Feeling overwhelmed, the two desperately tried looking for a way to escape, but the bunny David made that impossible in at least a storm of bunny blades. Ken, Jahlani, you two do the honors, TK said. Partners nodded, and Tropiamon released from his neck countless spores that surrounded the dazed Arukanimon and Mummymon. By the time they returned to their senses, it was too late.
Petal carnage!
The spores exploded one by one until the blast was too big to handle. As soon as the dust cleared, there was no sign of Arukanimon or Mummymon at all. Did the blast completely eliminate them, or did they escape? Mummimon's car was among the wreckage, so our heroes assumed the former. With another battle won, everyone gathered around Tropiamon, now having de-digivolved into Minamon and Perudamon respectively. You two are amazing! Tropiamon is a great addition to the team.
It looks like you and me will be partners, Cody.
I just hope we don't end up like those two, Cody said, pointing at Ken and Jahlani, who were hand in hand during this entire ordeal. Ken was blushing as bright as ever, while Jahlani just held on to his arm even tighter. With another victory for our team of Digidestined, it was refreshing to laugh, smile, and enjoy a happy ending. Because little did they know, their job was far from over. But for now, we'll end this part here. Woo! No cliffhangers this time. I feel that ending with our hero's victory was a nice way to end Ken's mini-arc. I feel bad for Stingmon being done so dirty during his first fight, but when the stakes are getting higher and DNA Digivolution is what the plot demands, there's not much I can do about that. I honestly just hope the interactions made sense to you all. Ken was able to vent his insecurities, Jahlani was sincere about her feelings towards him, and it culminated in something I think works out pretty nicely. What do you all think? How do you feel about Stingmon's debut fight? Do you agree with Jahlani and Ken becoming partners this way? Let me know your theories in the comments below, and leave suggestions on more Digimon what ifs you would like to see come to life in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.